elimination.
And we are live in the Discord. Hello, hello. This is not Gollum at the moment, solo casting for this match of Fake versus HHI. Sorry for the delay there. We've had a little bit of difficulty figuring out the caster commentator situation here, but now I'm here to discuss this match. I have played several games with HHI and Fake. I definitely have to give a slight advantage here to HHI in my experience when it comes to payload and uh, the domination maps. Both of these are pretty solid teams, and I'm sure it's going to be a very even match, but players like Mr. Soap and Mr. V, a lot of Misters, are big heavy hitters. We've got Tlaloc coming around the back. He's going to be going in here with just one rocket. Most of the time when you set up around this first zone area, you're going to want to try and get as many power weapons as you're comfortable with. You want to make sure you can get a guaranteed kill in the cart, but let's watch the opening here. Tlaloc getting taken out by Toga. That was a very nice kill, very clean clear. Digit Blob clearing out that blue flanker. Dancing around here, trying to get a kill on Mr. Soap. Getting taken out. It seems like HHI has control of this first zone now, and they're getting two on the cart. Just cruising forward. Very nice kill out of that cubby area there. Oh, we've also got Shenrao with the golden... well, I guess they don't have those golden guns anymore now that they're down. HHI is still able to keep one player on the cart, though. That's very important, having some sort of consistency with the push. It's great to have multiple players on the cart when you can, like they do now, because you do get a very slight speed boost the more players you have on the cart. But being able to move the cart forward at all, as consistently as possible, is much more important than having multiple players on there, which HHI is able to do. Fake doesn't seem to be able to get any sort of angle around the cart in order to clear it. HHI, their cart has not been stopped until just now. We're going to see where the Fake is made of here in their defense and covering each other's sight lines. So far they have a pretty decent hold. HHI seems to have been getting occasional movement on the cart. Oh, but now that they've cleared out that health room, HHI was able to get a decent push. That was a nice cover clear by Fake, though. But Mr. V behind is going to be very difficult to deal with. Mr. V with his classic sniper and shield combo, making him very difficult to hit, while also very difficult to avoid. So far, getting a second pick there on Digit Blob. It seems like they just spotted them right before death. Mr. V's disruption seems to be going well, although outside of killing one player and then getting killed themselves, they didn't really disrupt all that much. It seems like they needed to have some slightly more aggressive visual on the other Fake players in order to get an effective clear on the cart. HHI is trying to make their way through. Toga getting a very nice flank with double golden shotguns. We're going to see what this disruption is made of here. Alright, got one kill but then got taken out. This is a nice hold by Fake once again, although they've got 3.5 minutes, which may seem like a lot of time for HHI to get to the checkpoint. This is usually the point where most teams, if they're evenly matched, are able to hold the other team for this entire distance, as long as they're able to keep that cart clear consistently and make sure that HHI can't get any of those quick pushes that they've been able to get. Any small amount of distance HHI is able to get on this cart for even just a few seconds is going to really build up over time. So Fake's going to have to keep a player posted on the cart if they want to make sure that HHI can't sneak in some inches here. HHI getting a clear, sneaking some inches, just like I said. This is a very solid push. At this current rate, Fake's going to have a very difficult time making sure that HHI can't get through to the checkpoint. Looks like they're starting to post a player on the cart now. HHI moving up in force. Trying to get it clear on that health room. Tlaloc taking out both of themselves and that player on HHI, but their respawn timer is going to be a lot shorter. They're going to be able to get back to the cart much quicker than anyone on HHI. Toga behind, getting 2 kills. Assisting with the third. Killing another player. Getting another close to death kill there. Now Fake has another setup and hold on the cart. They need to start posting a player on that cart or else HHI is going to continue to get inches and make it all the way underneath that checkpoint. Just as I say that, HHI moving forward in force. Doesn't look like they currently have any players on the cart though. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe they got cleared by some members of Fake before this and are trying to make sure that the cart is safe before pushing it forward. I don't know if I fully agree with that, but HHI is doing very well, so they must know what they're doing for their strategy. Love to see the golden shotguns on Shen Rao. You can tell that they're very experienced with that. Now they've got double gold shotguns on the cart. We've got 2 players moving it very quickly. That was a good clear on the cart from Taxi. But it doesn't seem like they were able to follow up with any further kills after that. Mr. Soap going to try and keep that sniper nest clear. No one there. Now going to try and clear that barcode. Aw. Hate to see it hopping onto the rail on accident instead of right next to it where you want to be. Happens to the best of us. HHI has a clear once again, pushing that cart forward. Fake trying to get a response in. Looks like we have Mr. Soap trying to get some sort of disruption figured out. Getting taken out by Tlaloc. That was a very good defensive kill. But we'll see if they're able to get some sort of hits on carts with those rockets. Doesn't look like they were. As usual, HHI has been very consistent with their pushes, which is important. Especially in these earlier zones where ideally you don't want to be held back very often. Since your respawn is at the advantage, you want to be pushing forward on that cart as much as possible and using the fact that when you die you can get back to cart much faster than any of your enemies to your advantage. HHI, another setup on cart. Looks like they're triple stacking. They're trying to get through this zone as fast as possible since none of Fake is able to completely clear them off. HHI seems to have defensively hopped off of the cart. They're now pushing forward once again. They keep hopping off the cart once members of Fake push forward. It seems like Shenrao wants to keep these power weapons that he has here. Getting an assisted kill on that explosives user there, but Fake able to clear them out. Digiblob doing very nicely for kills here. At 22 and 18, they are a very active player on their team. Though it seems like they're just getting outkilled by HHI. We've got Mr. Soap and Toga and Shenrao all with close to 20 kills at this point, if not more than that. And that seems to be helping to explain why they continue to be pushing this cart forward with just under 5 minutes left to get the last 12%. This is looking more and more like a very difficult hold for Fake at this rate. I'm expecting Fake is really just going to play for time and see if they can beat the time that HHI has here, whatever they get at the end. Continuing to move forward, 4.5 minutes for 6%. Calling it now, I think HHI is going to make it with 3.5 minutes left. As long as Fake keeps getting players onto this cart, they might be able to hold them for a little bit longer. It's looking like a very difficult last 3% for Fake. HHI has been doing very well so far this match. Good double clear with Shenrao with the double SMGs, very good at long range. And there you go. With just about 4 minutes, HHI makes it to 100%. Well, we'll see what the offense on Fake is made of. Many teams are much better on their offense than they are on their defense. So, if Fake is able to get many players on cart, a lot of double or triple stacking, move forward about as consistently as HHI, they might be able to make it to the 100% with a better time, though 3 minutes 54 seconds is very, very hard to beat. See what Fake can pull together here. It doesn't look like they're going to start with anyone on cart. This is a very aggressive play they're going to be trying to... Oh, okay. Fake does have one player on cart. That's good to see. Welcome in, Willow.
Hello, it's Willow here. How's it going?
For HHI, it's going very well. For
100%.
Fake, not so much. Yeah, 100% with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left.
Well, I mean, Fake's got a pretty decent start here. We see Mr. Soap, and I think I saw one other red contesting the cart. Cart empty right now. Not too great, actually. You want to keep someone on cart as long as possible, especially in the early game here.
And that's something that we saw that HHI was able to do very well. They loved stacking the cart when they could, but they always, when they had any sort of hold, had at least one person on cart. If there's only one player alive on HHI, usually they were the person who was on the cart. That's the kind of consistent pushes that you want to see. That, so far, Fake seems to mostly be able to do, but HHI keeps getting clears on the cart, keeps getting stopped. You can see in the top white bar with the moving arrow there, and the arrow is down, the cart is not moving, the arrow is forward, there's at least one player on there, etc. And you don't want to be seeing a lot of down arrows at this section of the map when Fake has that respawn advantage. Seems like HHI just able to outkill. Shenrao giving us a little cheeky dance there. Getting taken out by, I assume that was Digiblob getting that kill. HHI also able to tomahawk the cart with rockets from very far away. I'm not sure who that Rocketeer for HHI is. He might have been taken out at this point. I don't see any rockets coming in, so Fake able to start and push through this section of the map here, get a double stack on the cart.
Yeah, you would really like to see the cart further up at 4 minutes. At 4 minutes, you'd like to see the cart fully exposed out of this little bunker area that they're inside of, but it seems like Fake is just a little bit behind time, and Blob here going back and forth on the rail, but leaving the cart abandoned. I mean, if you're right there next to the cart, you really should just get on. There's no point in defending an empty cart.
The whole objective here is to be pushing the payload forward as far as you can. Anytime that the payload isn't moving, you might get kills. You may even get a team clear if that cart isn't moving. That's time that you've lost. And that's something that HHI seems to be keenly aware of. They keep pulling attention away from the cart and killing members of Fake away from the cart so that they're not able to push forward and get the engine that they need. Looks like we got Oliver Evans set up in this nice flank position.
going back for health. Oliver had a good position there. Leaving for health is always kind of a gamble because, you know, all this time that he's gone to get health and whatnot, he hasn't been protecting the cart. He's only now finally gotten back to cart. Seems like it worked out because he could rely on HHI to protect the cart without him, but generally you want to stay really close with your team right there. Fake really, oh man, I think just 3 of them died on that high rail. They really need to learn to take a new route to get to the cart. Really, you're just relying on Fake getting an entire team wipe at this point.
Yeah, it seems like with the hold that HHI has set up here, if Fake doesn't get a full team wipe, they're probably not going to get any movement on the cart. Though as I say that, they did have a double stack a moment ago. It seems like they got that team wipe they needed. HHI is scrambling to get back into the mess. Not quite able to clear the cart until just now with those rockets. Very good kills from Digit Blob.
Wow. Blob
Gets
absolutely
another one.
killing it.
Another one.
Blob is going insane.
That,
oh my god.
That's almost the entire team just from one player. Great kills by Digit Blob getting taken out there.
That's definitely going in highlights.
Yeah. That was great to see. That
Taxi getting a good flank.
almost made up for the time comparatively that Fake has lost on HHI. That was a great clear and great push.
Interesting flank route that Taxi just took to completely cross the ankles of like 3 red players. That was impressive. I've never taken that route before. Shenrao getting the golden rockets though, it's going to be difficult.
Until they've practiced with these rockets a lot. In my experience, of all the golden guns, the rockets is one of the harder ones to get because it's about kills and damage.
Since you have every gun gold in the game, obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously I'm the most skilled player in this entire game. I'm not.
That's why Gollum is actually rated #1 in the league.
Seems like Digiblob tried to get a flank there, almost took out Mr. V, but Mr. V able to save himself. Taking a high position with those double rockets. Seems like HHI is able to play a little bit flexibly on who is their main Rocketeer here. I'd say as a whole that's actually good to see. You want to try and keep rockets up as often as possible, and if your Rocketeer dies, you want someone else to be able to take up the mantle.
Absolutely. It seems like the meta definitely is transforming more to having dual Rocketeers, or at least, you know, one with dual and then another with single rocket. Or Shock. Shock is a very effective weapon, although on red team, it's very difficult to get a Shock for the first checkpoint of Canyon.
Alright, at this point we got less than 30 seconds left for Fake to get a team clear and push that cart. Digiblob once again with a near team wipe. Can he get one more kill? Yes, he could, but it wasn't quite in time. Shenrao making it back to the cart, and now HHI has one more hold again.
15 seconds. You'd like to see Fake make checkpoint at this point, but man, it's going to be difficult.
9, 8, 7,
They can really pull it together for one more good push. I think they can make it. Nice! That must have been a clear by Digiblob. One of the many clears that they've been getting this match. Let's look at the kills here. Digiblob with 54 kills.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous. The next closest are Shenrao and Mr. Soap on HHI with 48.
Definitely you see a big kill disparity over on Fake, looking like Blob taking up the kills of like 3 of his members. But you know, kills aren't everything. Grouping up totally matters, and I think they show that by making checkpoint. You know, Blob himself couldn't make checkpoint. It takes a whole team.
Yeah, and especially if you're able to somewhat consistently depend on one player to kill a bunch, and as long as everyone else on your team is able to push that objective, then it's actually okay to have a big kill disparity like that. Toga making their rounds, stealing almost every single dash that they would have with those double golden shotguns. Looks like they're going to follow that route once again. Steals 3 out of 4 dashes again.
Really good for Toga.
Really hurting Fake.
Toga's an amazing shotgun player. I mean, even teams that, you know, you would think could totally take on HHI, he just destroys them with those shotguns. I know we personally have had a lot of grief with his dual shotguns.
He's got very good dash placement and very good at closing distance too, which is exactly what you need for dual shotguns.
Absolutely. I believe it's Mr. V too that's extremely good with the snipers popping headshots. I think in the highlight channel, I believe it's Mr. V that got a triple headshot in a row, which was very impressive.
Love to see that consistency.
Those golden staples. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting flank here.
Guess 1 kill, but
I really
dies
wonder if it's worth it.
far away from the cart since Fake Digiblob's going to respawn right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the one that he killed respawns in 5 seconds, and that's all it takes. Meanwhile, him, it takes a long time to get back and group up with his team and stop the cart. And so, you know, not all disruption is worth it.
Though it does seem like the one kill they did get was Digiblob. That could actually be a strategy factoring into HHI's hold here. If they're able to clear Digiblob, that's a lot of Fake's killing power gone.
Absolutely.
Fake's still able to push the cart though. They're making it underneath this barcode area, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to beat HHI. They're just going to be trying to get as far forward as they can at this point. See if they can make it to 100% with any time left.
Yeah, I mean, 3:30 definitely is not bad time. How much time did HHI have when they made it?
3 minutes 54 seconds.
Oh,
yeah. So
wow.
They already will not have won this map. At this point, they're playing for MMR and seeing how far they can get, which is still important.
Absolutely.
It's still important that you play as best you can, even if you're not going to win, because that does contribute to your placement overall.
Yeah, and you know, especially if the teams are rated at different MMRs. I don't know what the MMRs of each team is off the top of my head, but you know, if HHI has much more MMR and Fake makes it 100%, even if they lost, I think you still get a lot of MMR from it. It just you don't get the big boost from the
winning
win.
the map overall.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Blob grabbing a sniper on his left hand. I wonder if he's left-handed or if he accidentally grabbed it.
Getting cleared out by HHI player. I guess it was Shenrao.
Still with the double golden staples. I feel like there's just so many power weapons, you know, this season that, you know, is very impressive for these teams to be using. I find it very interesting. I find power weapons so much fun to watch. Definitely a lot more fun than just everyone using pistols and the occasional rocket.
Even if pistols are like the Swiss Army knife, you can use them pretty well in almost every situation. Sometimes power weapons are able to get 2 easy kills just like that.
Yeah, you couldn't do that very easily with dual pistols unless you were hitting double charge shots.
Yeah. Shenrao being a menace.
Wow.
Jumping around, getting a lot of distraction. That is a good disruption. They didn't
Exactly.
get many kills. They kept Fake from pushing for the cart, but towards the cart for a few seconds.
Absolutely. I think that shows that disruptors don't. I think there's this kind of belief that disruptors have to be like all the way far back in the enemy lines, like totally out of position. But like, you know, that was the perfect disruption, and it was, you know, 2 dashes away from cart.
Yeah. Fake has a decent push here. It looks like they just got cleared out by HHI. That was very good teamwork. Very good group push there from all members of Fake. Looks like they still got 2 in their base, 1 in their base now. That's Marini. We'll see what Marini can do here. Maybe they're going to wait for the rest of their teammates.
No,
Or
looks
just
like
push
he's
the
gonna
cart
push cart.
solo. I mean, if HHI doesn't have eyes on the cart, might as well push it yourself.
With only 1 minute left, it's looking rough that they'll make that 100% mark. But
Yeah.
they have made a good distance. 85% is definitely not bad at all.
Although now we have Mr. V on the sniper and rocket, as well as another rocketeer. That's what we were talking about earlier with the. That's what we were talking about earlier with the
Ooh.
having 2 different rocketeers, 1 main with 2 rockets and 1 secondary.
Mr. V getting frustrated. Oh man, Mr. V is very skilled with these more obscure power weapons. This is very impressive.
Very consistent shot. It's exactly what you need out of a sniper, and what you need out of rockets too. It's both weapons with very long reload times once you run out of
10,
ammunition. You gotta make the most of
8,
every single shot you have.
7, 6,
Absolutely, and I
5,
think that's why he's playing a lot
4,
more further back.
3,
But you know, it's working out. I mean, he's getting kills on cart, he's getting kills with the sniper. I don't think I've ever seen this combo before in a league match, but man, he's doing it well.
And that's the consistency that you need that Mr. V wasn't quite able to get there. Fake got an entire group in, HHI able to clear them out,
red team wins.
making it to 93%. Nothing to scoff at, but
No, 93 is good.
HHI's defense just ended up being better than Fake's defense here. And I think that's what really made the difference. Both of their offenses were,
We're very spectacular. Yeah.
yes.
Looks like we got Blob with 76 kills, top fragging on that team. And then we've got Mr. Soap with 70 on HHI. So Mr. Blob actually taking it for the top dasher on Launchpad, or Canyon.
Or at least for the top kills. We do have a score difference here, where Mr. Soap is slightly higher than Digit Blob. They probably spent more time on the cart. I'm not sure if you gain more score from killing other players on the cart versus killing them outright.
That's a good question. I actually don't know. I just kind of kill people.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as much. Getting rid of a player is getting rid of a player, but I wouldn't be too surprised if that was something that factored into the score system, since you get a lot of points from sitting on the cart at the very least.
Absolutely.
We've been
Looks like
kicked out of the
switching
server as
servers.
it's reset. Looks like we've got our caster logging back in
Good thing he's
once
here.
it sets up.
Yeah. Shrike saying Willow, big fan. Thank you. Big fan of Shrike too.
Sign my chest.
Wow, 6 viewers and all of them have left a like on the video. We very much appreciate that. Super helps the league. Definitely very nice.
Yeah, we want to try and make this league as big a thing as possible, because this game's very, very fun, and
And we want it to grow.
yeah, and the community as a whole is great. We'd like to share this with as many people as possible, so if you ever feel like sharing the video, you can go ahead and share links for your favorite games with your friends, or hit a like on the video. Helps with the algorithm, also helps with just in general getting the viewership numbers up on these videos. It also helps to subscribe, and if you'd like, you can hit the bell down in the description. Look,
Not be funny.
it will never not be funny, because every YouTube video says it, but it's important to say it because every YouTube video says it. The algorithm is all here.
All knowing. While we're in between, I don't think we have the graphic up on the screen, but that's okay. Down in the description, if you want to win your very own Quest 2, there is the link in the description. You follow the links inside the window. There's a bunch of very easy to click green buttons. You just do what they say. You get a few points for every single one you do. That's basically more tickets in the roster of you possibly getting that Quest 2. So big shout out to the sponsors that allowed that to happen, and absolutely everyone who's watching should apply to get one, because it's a free Quest 2 and there's no reason not to try to get it. But yeah,
At this point, we're just going to be waiting and seeing how long the meeting here is going to be taking. Let's see if they had a roster change. HHI looks like they're running with the same players here. Fake. Neilmac wasn't in the last match, were they?
I am not 100% sure if they were.
Looks like they're bringing in Neilmac for this domination map up next. And the meeting time also is a significant factor here. At the beginning of matches, for those who don't know, you have 15 minutes from the scheduled time for both teams need to start the match according to the rules, and 10 minutes in between matches in order to switch around players and do checks on your equipment, as well as go over strategy if need be.
Absolutely. I'm pulling up each of the teams' MMR here. I don't know if you've done this. HHI with 2,700, almost 2,800, and then we have
Fake with 2,300 MMR.
Wow. So, you know what? Even though Fake lost that match, there's a big enough MMR disparity that I think Fake actually could get a decent boost from that, especially if they take this Waterway, I assume.
I assume it's Waterway. Waterway seems to be one of the most popular maps for domination. Quarry, I love Quarry. It's my favorite even more than Waterway, but it definitely is a lot more methodical and a lot longer. It's a lot more of an endurance game than Waterway, which could end very quickly, even if both teams are doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at HHI as a team, 4 wins and 4 losses, perfect middle ground, so definitely not bad at all. Looking like Mr. Soap, their captain, having 940 kills. That's pretty impressive. I don't know if you can check who top frags the whole. I know Dark Ghost is very good.
You can if you go to standings here,
Which
Those in the audience, if they would like, they can go to dashly.games/standings/stats. They can look up their favorite players or their favorite teams. In our case, we're looking at all of HHI. If we click on top kills here, we see, assume Mr. Soap with 592 and 624 deaths. They've got a
Wow.
pretty decent win percentage. It seems like
Yeah.
they play most of the games that HHI has. No surprise, most captains for most teams tend to be in that position.
Absolutely. Lord Grim, 1 kill behind him, though, with 591, but only 565 kills. So, pretty impressive by Lord Grim there.
Yeah,
And then third place, Mr. V with 560 kills. Let's look at Fake.
sure thing.
Fake, of course, Blob at the top with 843 kills. And then number 2 with Taxi, 578. Definitely nothing to scoff at. Those are some pretty good numbers. Where
Yeah.
can we see Katie?
But we can also check out the score here.
Oh, yeah.
Taxi, who may not be top in skill or kills, rather, is top in score by over 10,000. Both of these players seem to be playing in almost every, if not every, fake match.
10,000?
But
No, this is
this is
140,000.
raw skill or raw score. I keep wanting to say skill.
Yeah, well, pretty interesting teams. I know we at Loop founded our team very close to the time that Fake founded their team, so it's always very fun to see them play.
And to watch these other rookie teams develop around the same time that we're trying to figure out how this game works and how our team works too. So something that is important for all teams to consider while HHI is messing around here. I'm talking about serious stuff. Something that's important for every team to consider is not just the meta of the game overall, but also where your skills as a team and as individuals lie. It's important to play into your players' strengths, and that's where switching out players for different maps, such as Fake did here, can be significant. We'll see if Fake's able to take this waterway match here. I'm assuming if Mr. V is able to get back into this match, which currently HHI only has 4 players, if Mr. V is able to get back in here, Fake's priority really needs to be taking him out. He is going to be an absolute menace on this waterway map here with that sniper rifle and shield combo. If Fake's able to take out Mr. V, I predict they're going to be able to have much easier time capturing points and getting countdowns.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, let's hope that this game goes quickly. We do have to leave
First
in about 15
elimination.
minutes. So if they start the game now, we might just be able to commentate all of Waterway.
Looks like the main delay here is going to be lack of Mr. V. We'll see if the teams are keeping track of the time here. They do have 10 minutes only in between matches for discussion and for making sure their players are all in the game and ready. It's like a lot of hanging out.
And they've already been in here for 7 minutes. We'd like to see it go quicker. I know a lot of teams kind of just already have all of their strategies figured out. They don't need to do much talking. Although I do wonder what talking they're doing right now, because it looks like they're talking among each other, not among their teams. So looks like they're just all.
It's possible they're just hanging out at this point while they wait for Mr. V. That we as commentators and viewers, obviously we want the game to start as soon as possible, but we also want both teams to be playing at their best. So if it gets to the 10-minute mark, we'd like them to start the game right there, but up until then, it seems like Fake is perfectly willing to wait for Mr. V to try and get back in. I wonder if their headset might have crashed here.
I know that's definitely a very common issue, especially after V29, V30, whichever one it was, of the Quest 2. There can definitely be some like tracking losses that you need to restart your headset to fix. There's been talks of fixing it, but you know that is a common problem right now. Let's see if there's any other games coming up anytime soon. If you do want to watch tonight,
Loop versus Other, or
yep.
O. as it's spelled nowadays, is going to be at 7 p.m. PST. It's going to be 10 p.m. EST if you're in the US, or you can do the conversions yourself if you're not. I'm easy enough for me to say as an American, but
And then tomorrow we've got Sky versus Fury at noon PST. That's 3 p.m. EST. And then we've got Bias versus D. That's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be watching that one.
D may not be the top in MMR at the moment, but definitely the top team in terms of win ratio. I don't think they've lost
They've not lost
a single
game.
map
Yeah.
even against any of the top teams in Dash League here.
And that's at 5 p.m. PST tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST for all the East Coasters.
It looks like Mr. V's gotten back into this game, and HHI and Fake are about ready to get started. They're just waiting here for a confirmation from the drone. Drone giving confirmation, and we're going.
Match
A very
starts
important
in
part of the
3,
map here
2,
is how each
1,
team opens up.
go.
Is out on the opening.
Red takes
It's
A.
common for
First
teams who are
elimination.
very aggressive and able to outkill their
Blue
opponents to
takes
push
B.
forward, quickly get all 3 buttons and score a point in the first 1 minute of the map. But if that doesn't happen, we can expect to see a lot more back and forth pushes and counters for several minutes.
Absolutely. We got Mr. V with his classic shield and sniper combo. I love watching him do it just because he's so insanely good with those snipers. And it's definitely an uncommon strategy. Oh, another headshot. Uncommon strategy. And so it's very exciting to see Mr. V do it. And he does it so well.
It's having a sniper on Waterway, on Domination in general, is a high risk, high reward situation. The risk is it's one less player pushing forward, pushing buttons, holding buttons. The reward is if your sniper is skilled enough, they can more than make up for the lack of physically being present at a button with
Preventing enemies from ever touching it. Look at those headshots. Oh my, Mr. V is a monster.
misses one headshot. I have expected him to be able to
hit
hit
it,
that whole
yeah.
team there.
That was insane, Mr. V.
Good recovery there on Fake.
Looks like we got another HHI in Fake's base. Fake probably stressing out a little bit right now. You know, getting a score on them, having people constantly in their base, not able to push out nearly as much as they'd probably like to.
It's also very difficult to push out when you have Mr. V up in a high place looking down on you, getting a headshot in half a second.
Every time you poke it. Wow, HHI scores. Didn't even notice they were capping. That's impressive.
Yeah, it looks like Fake Neomac probably out of position there, unfortunately. Alright, coming up on our second point. HHI pushing very aggressively, Fake trying to be defensive and make sure they can keep their base clear before pushing forward.
Red team scores.
Looks like HHI is getting another countdown. Fake able to counter at their own base, not able to get a hold on B though.
Blue takes
Lalek
B.
trying to be sneaky, moving into the enemy base, or not moving in, I suppose. They're trying to
Oh,
Red takes
get a hold
B.
here.
oh man, taken out by Toga and Mr. V. Probably the two the two special weapon experts on HHI. I say just as Toga kills himself.
That seems to be the
Red
casting
team
curse here.
scores
A-
3,
A player
2,
could be doing great,
countered.
but the second you cut to them, they fall
Red
right into
team
the water.
scores,
Exactly.
countered.
And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Toga, I wonder if he's waiting for the double shotguns. Oh, no, just pushing out into Fake space right now. Probably trying to secure a second score. Oh, they already have the dual shotguns. Getting one kill, not able to get the second kill. That would have been really impressive if they could have scored right there.
Red seems to have almost constant control of both their own point and B,
Red team
mostly
scores
not letting any
3,
members of Fake
countered.
through.
Blue team
Counter on
countered.
all 3 points. Wow.
Wow.
That was almost a very nice reversal, but HHI able to keep their point clear. Looks like Mr. V has both the weapons they need. Trying to get some clear on the bottom rail. Good headshot out of Mr. V. Can they get another?
Oh, just in the shot in the back. Mr. V with the sniper. I mean, definitely, if I was Fake or if I was even me, I would be terrified of those.
And it seems like what we were talking about earlier about having a sniper and staying back isn't the case here. Mr. V has been pushing forward a lot.
Mr. V probably plays a lot of pit, getting those snipers on there. I know definitely I've improved.
especially if you're able to kill your opponents with
One
only
shot?
one
Team
gun.
Yeah, no
score
kidding.
Countered.
Very impressive stuff. One
All of our
advantage
hold
with the
buttons.
shield, if the opponent isn't able to get a headshot, then you can
Red team
make it
scores
impossible for them to get a
3,
dual charge shot on the
2,
body, which is how
1.
many kills tend to
Red
get gotten.
team
And
wins
another
this
score for
round.
HHI. Total lockout of Fake. Looking like this is going to be a quick waterway. Maybe even HHI can get a final score
Match
here
point.
Just in a few
in a
minutes.
few minutes.
They're
I
doing
mean,
very
Red
well. They're
takes
pushing
A,
forward
first
consistently. They're pushing forward as a team. They're keeping holds on the important buttons they need,
Blue takes
making sure
B.
Fake
Red
can't
takes
have
B.
any time to breathe during this
Absolutely.
entire match.
I mean, it's
Blue
only been
takes
5
B.
minutes. There's already 2 scores. Definitely, when you see that situation, you expect it to be a 3-0.
Let's see what
Red
Fake
takes
is able
B.
to do here. Mr. Soap,
Mr. V.
18. No,
Oh.
Mr. Soap has 18 kills and 11 deaths. They
Good
are
on Soap.
very active.
Mr.
But,
Soap is a great
Blue
player.
takes
Yeah,
B.
but Mr. V,
Red takes
I think
B.
having the best KD in the match so
Blue
far with
takes
22 kills and only 5 deaths. That shield sniper
Red
combo,
takes C.
absolutely deadly.
Blue takes C. Blue team countered.
Looks like Blue started to
Red
get some
takes
sort of
B.
control here, but HHI moved out in force at the same time.
You could double kill there by Mr. Soap, but not quite enough. Get taken up by
Blue
Blob.
takes
Still one of the top killers over at
A.
Fake,
Red
but
takes A.
only 16-14, which definitely is good, amazing. Nothing to scoff
Red
at, but when
takes
you're
C.
facing a team like HHI, you kind of wish your whole team was going that.
Yep.
Another headshot from Mr. V. It's just incredible
Red
how he's
team
able to do that.
countered. Red team
Looks like they counter, but if
scores
Mr. V,
3,
yep, can take these 2 out, this might be
1.
it.
Countered.
One left, just Taxi.
that
Oh, he
was
counters
a very
at
good
V.
counter out of Taxi.
Definitely knowing when to counter at your own base and when to push all the way to B to get that counter is a skill only game sense can really give you, and that's a win for HHI.
All right, very well played by HHI. Well played by both teams, but HHI seems to have been able to move out in force, and Mr. Soap and Mr. V able to be just oppressive enough to make sure they can have control of the enemy point every time that they needed to.
Absolutely. Looks like Mr. V top fragging over on HHI with 27 and 5, which is insane. And then Blob with 16-17 over on Fake. You got to hand it to HHI. That was an amazing performance by them. I think they're even pretty high up over on in the league as a whole, and so they might be moving up into the Sprinter League after this. Yeah, number 22. They only got to move up 2 slots to move up into Sprinter. I would be amazed if they didn't make it there after a game like that.
Yeah. Well, good work, both teams. That was fun to commentate over. Look forward to the next match later tonight.
Yep.
Loop versus Other.
Yeah, definitely you guys should all come watch it. It'll be an amazing matchup. And definitely Loop will absolutely win.
Yeah. They're, yeah.
All right. Signing off, this is Willow.
I'm not Gollum.
See you guys tonight.